I love costumes. I love theatrical makeup, special effects, and I love the idea of bringing a fictional character to life. Using costumes to transform into a character in order to tell a story is at the heart of all great storytelling. From our ancestors in caves huddled around the fire to the Greek amphitheaters and Shakespeare, humans love theatrics, and we love the tools that help bring those amazing stories to life. My name is James Storm, and I've been creating guerrilla films since the age of 6. And for a kid with a camera and a neighborhood crew, I had taken on some very monumental and ambitious projects myself. Whereas most kids my age might have made a home movie or two, I had always dared to dream bigger. Most of my early films were medieval epics and required an array of costumes. Lucky for me, my mother, Wilda Storm, was a fantastic seamstress among other things, and loved helping me design and create the various costumes for my backyard movies. In later years, I took everything my mother had taught me about costume design and applied it to my films, always paying close attention to detail, style, and function. I've created classic costumes, and I've created all original designs from scratch over the years. As most of my films are action-adventure themed, I always have to pay close attention to function as well as style. In my 2002 adventure film, Mountain Survival, the entire film takes place on location in the rugged wilderness. This meant that all of the costumes had to be specially made using heavy-duty materials, hidden pads, and reinforced seams. Even with all of the extra care, we still went through several duplicates of each costume. But sometimes the costume design itself doesn't allow any such luxuries. For my 2006 romantic film titled La Favorite, the lead actress's costume left almost nothing to the imagination and nothing to work with, which wasn't ideal for the location shoots that took place in late November and in the cold woods. Nothing about her costume was suitable for the conditions we were working in. Her tiny fairy shoes slipped on the rocks, her wings constantly got caught in the tree branches, and the intense cold required her to be bundled up in a comforter under a heater between every single shot. It was brutal, to be sure. But the seemingly contradictory elements always seemed to come together to create a seamless work of art. For the last few years, JS Company Productions has been working hard to bring you its latest feature film, The Ulfhednar, a medieval fantasy epic that requires an army of costumes all unto itself. That's why I'm going to take you to fabulous Los Angeles to meet one of the masters behind the costuming art. I'm going to give you a first-hand look inside the mysterious world of the costume designer.
The process of costume designing, I get a script from a director, I talk to him about his vision, and then it's my job to actually I like to think of it as I'm peeking into this character's closet. What would they have in their closet? What would they wear day to day? On a period piece, like a Viking show, I really have to think about the time and do a lot of research on what they would wear, why they would wear it. And then I go into the process of sketching, get my sketches done, and then I start, I hand that over to an illustrator to do it a little bit more properly than my messy sketches. And then the whole creation, I talked with the director every step of the way. This is where I'm going, see if we're on the same page. I like to call myself a mind reader because I'm pretty good at it. And that's the whole process to when we start filming, and then it's my job to keep track of continuity of the film shoot and everything that we're doing. It's actually more important than people think. It's not just, hey, dress the actors and you're done for the day. It's like, what scene were they wearing this in? And did they get hurt in the scene? Did something get sliced off? Are they bloody in the scene? Are they not bloody in the scene for the costumes? And it's going on. And then the end process of watching the movie go up is kind of awe-inspiring and amazing. Stressful, and then you see the movie, it's like, yes. The education was all about, the art and the people in the art and their costume and wardrobe. So I'm very, very picky about making everything as authentic as possible. So I do a lot of research with what's going on. And with a project like this, we have a lot of fantasy ideas of what people think Vikings look like, and it's not something you can buy off of costumes.com kind of thing. There's a lot of detail and a lot of things, they specifically wore things for certain reasons, and things that they did not do because they had religious beliefs that was going on. So it's extremely important to me, not just the filmmakers, also is to be as authentic as possible with being traditional and how they really dressed. We don't get paid a whole lot of money for this, but it's something, you've got to be in it for the passion. You can't come in this and it's just a job, because it's not just a job. One, competition is fierce for this job to go, and you've got to be, to get more work, you got to be good. You got to be a good researcher. You got to be a good team leader. You got to be attention to detail, all the way down to like the jewelry that somebody wears, to how they tie their shoes, why they tie their shoes. Is there tied, up tight, or is it loose? Are they right or left-handed? All those kind of details that we have to pay attention to, and it's stress because filming is long hours. Anywhere from 12 to 22 hours is the longest I've worked on a film set, which is fantastic. And there's times that you'll be cussing and screaming at people and you're upset, but then when you're sitting down, you're relaxed with your popcorn and your soda and you're watching your work on stage, it's like amazing. You're overwhelmed with pride. It's like watching your child walk for the first time. It's like, ha ha ha, I did that.